Hey, so today we're talking about Jay-Z's deal with LVMH, COVID-19's impact on America still. And look, people out here ain't running businesses. They're running schemes. Are you ready? Welcome to the Saymichael podcast. Yeah, what's up? Welcome to the Saymichael podcast, one man's attempt at business, family, and comedy. You already know who I am, your wonderful and gracious host, Michael Aigbedion. And look, before we continue, we gotta introduce super producer, Saymichael. What's good?
Yo, what's good, what's good?
How you feeling?
I feel great, can't complain, man. You know, I'm blessed, you know, I'm here. And
Look, you're here and you're warm, you right?
I'm warm.
After this winter storm, I think they call it like a winter snap or snap storm. I don't know what they called it, but how was your experience during the entire thing?
It was crazy. I think Monday and Tuesday we didn't have consistent power. The power was always off every like 4 hours or so. So
wow,
it wasn't until early Wednesday morning of last week we got consistent power back. So everything's been pretty smooth since then.
Wow. So it got really cold in your crib?
Yeah, it got cold. Like we're talking like 50 degrees.
Bundled up.
Bundle up. Starter jacket, beanie, anything I can get my hands on to keep me warm.
Man, I'm glad you made it through. You know, it's a blessing, and let's RIP to those that didn't make it through, and let's just hope that we do better going, like in the future.
Yeah. But
as we talk about the deals, all right, I brought up Jay-Z earlier, so let me bring you back. In 2006, Jay-Z, put he had a partnership deal with Ace of Spades. You remember that whole situation?
Yeah.
Okay, this happened as a backlash happened with Cristal. I think everyone knows the story where Cristal said he doesn't want his alcohol being represented with African-American rappers, basically. Mm-hmm. So then he said, Jay-Z's like, why don't we just start our own? So he partnered and he created like Ace of Spades, right?
Yeah.
So then in 2014, now we fast forward a little bit, right? Mm-hmm. He bought out the entire stake and now he owned 100% of Ace of Spades.
And let me say one thing too.
Yeah.
Them Aces of Spades bottles are expensive in the club.
Super expensive. I mean, guess how much they sold in 2019?
How much?
990,000 bottles.
I'm surprised because there's because the bottles are actually like 600 plus in the club.
Mm-hmm,
so
yeah. So that happened in 2014. So then that's when he purchased the entire stake. Then now we're here in 2021. We're here in February, at the end of February, and a landmark deal that Jay-Z sold 50% of Ace of Spades to LVMH. If y'all don't know what LVMH, that's Louis Vuitton, Moet, and Hennessy. They have all these different brands like, Givenchy.
The Givenchy.
Yeah, they have Kenzo.
Oh, that Kenzo, that was good.
What is it? Clique.
Yeah.
Like Dom Perignon. They have all these different type of brands, right? Mm-hmm. And they got a 50% stake, and this should, be better for their business, right? Mm-hmm. And everybody was like, "Oh my God, congratulations, Jay-Z, mastermind! This is a mastermind." Okay, I'm gonna tell you how I feel. And at first, I was kind of like confused by all the sensation around it. Like, why is everyone so excited? Let me read into the deal. So I looked into it. I'm like, he sold 50% stake. So now, I'm guessing he's a little bit less minority into that, his ownership, and that now LVMH has a majority, right? Mm-hmm. And, I started thinking about it. I'm like, okay, people akin business to what? Like a baby, right? Yeah. Like this is your baby, like when you first have that baby, it doesn't know what it needs to do. You got to show it everything. Then it starts to walk on its own, talk on its own, right? Same thing like in business. Like, at the beginning, you're not doing well. And then next, you start to see that it's walking and talking on its own. Then next, it starts to build its own identity, right? Mm-hmm. And then it grows up and it starts going above and above. And then now, based on how you raise that business, it becomes this full man or woman, whatever you want to, whichever you prefer, and it's out there making a real impact on the world, right?
Yeah.
Okay, then imagine the moment that you are making this huge impact, you did all this work, and then you sell your baby? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's where I'm confused. You know, it's like if we're talking about how, as a black community, that we're behind in that, how we're going to get ahead in business, and then you create something of a powerful brand, and then you sell 50% of it to LVMH, you know, like how could that, to me, it's like, imagine if Apple, before it came out with the iPhone or whatever, sold to like IBM. You know what I mean? That, like, to me, that's the same thing. It's almost like, okay, how about if like, you know, Walmart sold to Kroger? Like, how could you become an actual market leader if you're selling off 50%? I talked about in the past about, you know, Instagram that sold for $1 billion. Mind you, Instagram's valuation well over like 100 billion, which is saving Facebook. And then they sold it for 1 billion. So then you look at it and it says, okay, what's the strategy here? Is the strategy to build something that could, like, that doesn't fail, that's working strong, and then you sell off half of it, or you sell off the majority of it for what? What's the goal here?
Yeah.
You know, because, you know, in Germany, you know, 80% of the businesses in Germany are never sold. You have 300-year-old plus businesses in Germany, you know, and I think about this and I'm like, okay, a lot of this is about self-reliance, you know, like, can you're like, I'm going back and forth with facts, but this is all important. Okay. Bill Gates started Microsoft.
Yeah.
Okay. He grew it. And then he kind of stepped out, you know, from CEO, put someone else in charge, and he's still on the board and he still has voting rights, you know, so, you know, but his stake in Microsoft is only 2%. I can see how that, I understand that, right? Like, you grew it. The brand stays, it's, you know, it's able to walk on its own, and then you kind of back off. You still have all the money that you got from it. You still have a certain level of power and control into that business to influence. But at some point, you got to move on to other new projects. Mm-hmm. But to sell off, you know, like to sell off a large percentage of your business, you know, to another stakeholder, I guess for just distribution, I feel like maybe the goal would have been to, like, for him to create his own distribution, you know? So I'm always looking at, like, is this black excellence? Like, to you, is that black excellence, or am I tripping here? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. But, you know, so I'm a little bit impartial about the Jay-Z deal, because everyone's championing, like, man, hey, salute, hey, genius, bro, genius. And I'm like, I don't know if that's really the case, because, you know, like Elon Musk, imagine if he sold, you know, Tesla before it became Tesla to Ford, you know? Mm-hmm. Like, do you think Ford's going to take Tesla to the next level? No. Come on now. You know what I mean? Like, what's the thesis around that deal? You know, like, I read it. I saw that he, you know, gave up 50%. I'm like, all right, you know, he's not a majority. And, like, I'm not sure who's going to have the voting rights or whatever for that brand, but I don't know. I don't know if it's just a cash grab. I don't know what that is. But, you know, I'm a little bit partial about that particular deal. And I think that we can do better. It's almost to a point to where, like, would you sell? You know, like, why? If you are going to sell, like, is there a reason? Like, a lot of time I hear people who say, oh, they're going to go into business, and they start with the end in mind, saying, I'm already planning my exit, you know? Like, you put all this work into something, it starts to work well, and someone values it way more than what it actually is worth. And then you said, I'm gonna get rid of it. You know, I want to live a good life, you know, and maybe start something else. How many times is one person going to start multiple hits? It's rare. Multiple hits. You know, like, you might have that one hit, boom. And especially with business, hard businesses, like, you know, with Damon John with FUBU. You know, like, you think he's about to come up with 4 different types of, like, FUBU impactful deals. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's not going to be easy. Like, it's that hard. So you end up starting a deal. It becomes huge. And it's working on its own, then you sell it, you know? I don't know. It's interesting, you know? And someone challenged me about this before. They said, Michael, if someone wants to buy your business for $1 billion, would you sell it? I'm like, no. And it's like, hold on. If you don't sell it, I'll walk you to the bank. I'll make you sell, bro. I was like, why? Why would I sell? If they want to buy it from me for $1 billion, it's worth more. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying?
So we're talking 1 trillion?
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, if they say, you know, can we buy it for $1 billion? It's worth more. They see larger potential than that 1 billion that they're paying for. Who's going to pay for a loss, right? They're going to pay for a win. So if they're saying, oh, it's can we buy this 1 billion? Now, mind you, that Mark Cuban deal when he sold broadcast.net, Mark Cuban knew that the deal behind the scenes wasn't good, but he said, Yahoo, y'all could buy it for 4 billion. Yahoo bought it. It was the worst deal they ever made, right? Now, mind you, if let's say it was a solid, great business, like let's say a WhatsApp or an Instagram, and they said, hey, can we buy it for 1 billion? No, because you're not going to do with it as I would, and see the founders, the co-founders of Instagram, they left last year. Like they were working for the company and they left last year. And as soon as they left, what happened? Instagram becomes this like weird ass like marketplace that's just bringing in all this stuff to just try to sell. Yeah. And they don't agree with that. That's not the vision they had. And that's exactly what happens. Like, do you really think that when you give it to somebody else, they're going to do it the way that it should have been done?
Never know.
The original vision? Come on now, So, yeah, got that off. So, as you already know, we're mourning right now. We got to give, a moment of silence for now we have more than 500,000 dead from COVID-19 in America. So let's give a quick moment of silence for them. Really appreciate y'all for sharing that with me. But wow, can you believe that 500,000?
COVID is still real.
COVID is real.
Yeah.
Right now they're even battling about like, are they going to do the Olympics? And they're trying to figure out, and they're like pushing it to do the Olympics. They're not going to be in America, but they're pushing it to say like, can we do the Olympics? Because having a lot of people come internationally, like, what's that going to look like?
Yeah.
And
it's gonna be one big cluster, man. Like, a lot of people coming up from different countries, so you really don't know what you're getting yourself into.
Yeah, and it's just getting kind of like interesting because like America, we're open. You know what I mean? Like
we're open.
We were all the way open, especially Texas. Like we're open. Like, California, they have restrictions. So does New York. But we're all the way open here in Texas. And, what people are hoping for is that with the mixture of people, wearing masks and then also, taking their vaccines, that herd immunity will, come into play, and that, we could just go back to regular life like it used to be, but who knows what it's going to look like in the next year. Now, mind you, my prediction, like I said, I think we'll be back this year.
You think so?
I think we'll be back this year. And the reason I think that is because with the fact that Johnson & Johnson got their vaccine approved, Moderna got their vaccine approved, and Pfizer got their vaccine approved, like, hey, let's say they had one more. Let's just throw in another one that got a vaccine in. And if there's going to be overflow of vaccines. So at the end of the day, if everyone's taking the vaccine, now mind you, I'm in no rush.
Yeah.
You're the same.
Same, bro. Listen, the only reason why I say that is I don't mind taking the vaccine. I just need them to get it perfected.
Yeah.
I don't want any defects, none of that extra BS.
So you want the vaccine 2.0, 3.0?
Yes.
Yeah, I get that, and that's how I see it. Like, I'm in no rush. I'm out of my own business. I'm not in anybody's face. So I haven't got it, God willing that continues.
Amen.
And I hope that anybody listen that you don't get it. And if you already got it, I hope you don't get it again.
Amen.
So that's how I see it. I see that we're kind of going to come back a little bit earlier than anticipated. And the way I think about it, I'm like, how's that going to affect the stock market?
Yeah. I mean, and it's in previous episodes, I did say this. I did say if he can get it controlled, maybe by fall Thanksgiving time. Okay. But I will stick to my prediction that we're not going to return back to normalcy until 2022.
Wow, that's your prediction.
It's my prediction. I'm sticking to
it. Yeah. So yeah, I just hope that we do better because I do not want to see. I mean, I'm really taking it personally that we surpassed 500,000, mainly because I felt like we could have, again, been leaders on this and done better, especially for an industrialized country, because New Zealand did much better than us. Canada, much better. Poland, but they're so much smaller. Poland's like the size of Texas, So, but Australia, China is back. So I'm just like, man, like we really dropped the ball there. And there's people who, lost grandmothers and friends and family or grandfathers as well. They count too. And they lost them and they maybe didn't have to lose them. Even like Cuomo, admitted to the fact that he did kind of fudge up the numbers a little bit about the nursing home deaths in New York, you know? Mm-hmm. So it's just kind of like, man, this is just a terrible situation that we're in, and we are better than this, you know? And I don't know, sometimes when I think about, you know, who's in charge, because people are like, oh, Biden's in charge now, which is cool, but understand that, you know, as the president, you're the CEO of America, right? So I'm thinking, what kind of company would Joe Biden run where you're like, wow, that company's gonna go to the moon? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I'm like, what we're gonna do is just gonna be steady, but it's not gonna be where we're just gonna have outstanding results. That's my prediction, because I feel like,
yeah, that's reasonable.
Yeah, the leadership that we have, that's why leadership's important, especially in America, because everyone copies America. So when, you know, America was going crazy, everyone else is going crazy. And now that we're kind of like chill, the world a lot of times are going to follow suit and be chill, because again, they copy America when it comes to things. But something interesting is happening. I'm seeing that there's a lot of people out there, and they try to get people to come into their business, you know, or their ebook or whatever it is that they're doing. And I found that a lot of people out here, they aren't running businesses, they're running schemes. And these schemes, how long do schemes really last? You know, like how long can you keep finessing people into getting into your particular brand or business when it's nothing real behind it? You know, like, I'm not saying that you have to have employees, that has to be structured like this and that, but there are certain standards to business. And when you avoid those standards by doing, like, you know, get rich quick, you know what I mean? Or things that just make you quick money, or people who start a business and next, you know, in 2 weeks later, they already got a grill, they're showing off this and that. And it's kind of like, calm down, you know, because I think that we going forward should, the only reason I even do this podcast is to, not only try to entertain, because I'm trying to entertain myself. I consider myself the main watcher and listener of this, but, you know, to also help, you know, us be better entrepreneurs. Like, cause we could do much better. And I focus on myself, and, you know, I battle out sometimes, like, what do you focus on when it comes to, you know, business? Do you focus on trying to help others get their business started and push them and do that? Or do you just focus on yourself and then build your business, and then they, you know, in essence, be inspired by that, and then maybe they start their own, help themselves, you know? Like, so the question is, do you help yourself or do you help others while you're on the way up? And in my philosophy, it's more about helping yourself, you know, focusing on yourself and getting established and being self-reliant. Yeah. And at the point of self-reliant, then you could start helping people and pulling people up. But, you know, you trying to build and share and teach while you're learning, it's almost like, you know, you're going to have a lot of things going on, you know, and I see that some people are starting today and already trying to sell and gas and show people why their business is the best. I'm like, you just got started. Yeah. You just got relaxed. You just got started. And that's really what it is. It's like I see this a lot, you know, when women, when they have like newborn babies, you see this on social media, they have newborn babies, or they have their first child, and then they start like a blog and say, you know what, I'm gonna start a blog on teaching mothers how to be good mothers because I had my child and I'm excited about this. And then what happens 6 months later, the blog dies because you're new to this. You know what I mean? Like, what are you really teaching somebody when you're super green, you know? So you have to at least have some level of expertise, some level of knowledge, experience in what you are trying to help others with, so you can guide them, because you have to get ahead of your audience. Yeah. You don't meet your audience exactly where they're at when it comes to trying to teach them something, because most likely if you're learning it and you're just trying to share it at that moment, you don't even know if it's going to work. Mm-hmm. You know, you're like, that's what we're trying to do here? Sell hunches? You know what I mean? I feel like what we need to do in order to scale not only ourselves, but others, is to show what works, you know, and to inspire people to innovate and do things that are amazing, you know. And how are you going to get there if you're too busy trying to, you know, show off in an egotistical way what your business is when it really isn't? Yeah. Now, mind you, people do home runs, you know, that does happen. But also, mind you, that, you know, you got a discount for exaggeration. There's a lot of smoke, you know, smoke and mirrors when it comes to how people represent and describe their stuff, because most of the time you're going to hear people give all upside, no downside. Come on now. You know what I'm saying? You want me to join with you? There's no downside. No. Start with me. You're going to do this. You're going to make this. And, I have a few examples of people who succeeded with my program or people who succeeded, learning from me. He's like, bro, you just started 6 months ago, like give some time to create your own plan and which works for you in your own style, So that's all I'm saying. But, also what's happened, I mentioned earlier about the stock market. All right. So the GameStop thing is happening again. But I want to warn people because this one might be a little bit suspicious. Now, if you kind of dig through the weeds a little bit, you kind of look and focus on what's happening. The previous time with GameStop, what they did is they rallied up and boosted that GameStop stock all the way to the top, right? Now, what you're seeing is that they I guess lock people out of being able to purchase it, sell it, anything like that. And people are really upset, especially with Robinhood, right? And they're having restrictions on that particular stock. So people are like, okay, now, the game's over, coast is clear. But then today, about 3-4 weeks later, it happened again. But it happened right before the stock market closed. So they weren't able to do any type of restrictions on it in time. And then now, GME, GameStop went from like $50 to like $200. And people who had option contracts on that, learn about it, option contracts and how you do it. People were like, put like $65 in, or now like at $25K. And they're like, I'm about to pass out. But here's why I want to warn you all, because it's something it's a term they call bull trap. Now, if you look at the transaction, how they were purchased from the GME stock, it was purchased all almost at one time. What does that mean? That it's not individual retail investors who are purchasing, because you can't coordinate and buy at the exact same time and second. So it's purchased by a machine. So what does that mean? That they're putting a bunch of liquidity or liquid in to boost it up, right? Yeah. Now, this could be a plan by, the hedge funds. By now, they're going to get people thinking like, oh, this is boosting back up. Let me put my bread into it, right? Yeah. And then, boom, they're going to do a short squeeze, sell it off. And then literally there's been people who become billionaires from a single day of trading off of that alone, of faking the upside. And then when everyone comes into it, they sell, and then, boom, they shorted everybody. So that's what they call it, a bull trap. So it looks like it's going to be a bullish rather than bearish market. And then you buy into it, and then boom, they sell off, and then they shorted you, and then now they win, you lose. So I just want everyone to be mindful, before they kind of make moves, because a lot of crazy things are happening right now, and it's not even about fundamentals anymore. It's more just about now just gambling. Like stock market now is just damn near just gambling now. Yeah. So be careful out there, because I know one guy who wasn't careful. Hushpuppi.
Oh man.
Hushpuppi.
That may not be finished, bro.
That may not be done.
Might be done this time.
Yeah, I told y'all a couple of podcasts ago about Hushpuppi, which is this super boisterous, outgoing scammer that literally was on like a Instagram celeb, YouTube celeb of him just living so lavish.
When he's living lavish, he's living lavish.
Yeah, I'm talking about Ferraris, Rolls Royces, private jets, Louis Vuitton, Gucci come in privately, custom clothes. It's like literally the amount of money that he spent was astronomical.
Wow.
Yeah.
I was just like when I seen it, I was just like, I would laugh and be like, wow, this guy's really living life.
Yeah, for real. And then next thing you know, he posted something on Instagram talking about something about like the haters and saying like all the haters wish, not wish death to me or whatever, but want me to fail. But I will show them that I will not fail. The next day he got pinched in Dubai. And he went to jail. But see, what happened recently is that, what they say, 1.3 bill?
Yeah, 1.3 bill.
They're saying that he was in a $1.3 billion in scams with the Chinese?
I believe so, with the Chinese, yeah.
Whoo!
With Chinese hackers.
Ooh, bro. I don't know what type of heat is on him, but, he will suffer. He will suffer.
And the only thing about it, too, that really pisses me off is this. If he was this, first off, if he would have moved his funds correctly, and accordingly. Yeah. Second, if he wasn't flexing and being egotistical on Instagram, he would have not been caught.
Who knows? But who knows that, right? Like, we know who he is. Therefore, because he's public. And now when he got caught, that was public too, right? But if he was private, we wouldn't even know that he even existed. So if he got caught, we wouldn't know that someone that we don't know exists got caught with something.
Yeah.
Because there's people out there probably getting caught right now that people don't know anything about. But who knows? I feel like the fact that he kind of brought the heat to himself.
Exactly.
You know, like if he was just low key, if he's that great, he should just not put himself out there because, bro, you're moving too suspicious. Yeah, you know, and someone's like, hey, Michael, do you think like, you know, maybe he has like a lot of like, you know, oil money from Nigeria? I'm like, bro, motherfucker don't work.
You know, it doesn't work, bro.
Yeah, he don't do nothing. Like, what have you ever seen someone live that lavish and don't do nothing? That ain't no like scam.
Like,
you know?
Come on now, people are gonna ask questions like, come on now, like what do you do, bro?
Bro, what do you do? What does your dad do? What is like? Oh no, we just, you know, we just do well. We're successful, you know. And what do you do? What do you do?
Like exactly, what do you do, bro?
It's a real good look, bro. What do you do? Bro, they'll be quick to tell you something like, you know, I'm the lead head manager. Bro, be specific.
Like, come on, bro, don't bullshit.
Man, well, hope everything goes right with him. And
bro. I hope everything. Yeah, I hope everything goes right with him.
Yeah, I hope. Look, maybe it's all a sham, and he's just being set up. You know, I don't wish nothing negative on nobody, but if he did all that, he getting what he deserves. So, yeah.
Gotta pay the cost to be the boss.
Hey, for real. But, you know, this was the 60th episode. So glad we made it here. So glad you all joined us. If you liked it or there's parts of it that you're listening to, take a snapshot, tag me in it. Let's talk about it. Everything's in the link in bios below. So if you ever need to click on things and find us and ask questions, you can. Again, we're about to go enjoy the next moment with me, myself, and Bly, my beautiful wife, having super juicy conversations as we usually do. And we got something in store. We got something in store. So thank you all for joining us. Love you all. Peace out.
Peace.
What up? What up?
What is zoo? What is zoo?
What's going down?
It's what's going on.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
What song is that? Where is that?
That's Marvin Gaye, right? What's going on?
Oh, it is?
I think so. Tell me what's going on. Yeah, it's Marvin Gaye.
You're like, oh, Mike, I didn't know your wife could sing like that. I got to play you that. I thought about playing it on the pod, the new Michael Jackson song.
Oh, you heard it?
Yeah, it's good.
Really?
It's good. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I got to listen to it.
Yeah, it's called, actually like River Walking or something like that.
Oh, it's new?
It's not new, but it's
Okay.
unreleased.
Oh,
yeah.
Gotcha.
And I was like, you know, they're gonna see us like dancing to it, but they can't really like hear it on YouTube, but on the actual pod they can hear it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I might throw it in later on.
That'd be cool.
You know, throw that in a little extra.
I love that. I love Michael Jackson.
Yeah. So, how you been? How you feeling?
I'm good. I look.
You looking good?
Well, you know what I'm saying? Your girl got a little facial. You know what I'm saying? Got a little facial today. So my skin is getting better.
Without me?
Without you, yeah. Mm-hmm. You don't need to go. Maybe like a month or two from now.
Yeah, maybe like next year.
Exactly.
Yeah. So how'd you like it? How'd you like it?
It was good. I mean, it was quick, easy, you know, just got a few things here and there. But I mean, she was proud of my, I guess, progress. Progress, yeah. So that was good. So it was just really quick, in and out, you know.
You're doing much better. Look at you. Like, you seem like it's like a normal thing now.
You know, you just drink water,
Look,
guys.
For anybody listening, just so you know, we're not celebs.
Nope, not even close.
You know, and we're not the most wealthy people on earth.
Not even close.
And yet, Bly is now used to getting facials on a regular basis.
This is true.
And nails. And see, the next thing that's coming is to get someone to come in the house and clean the house regularly.
See, I thought about that too.
Like you talking about, but you probably thinking like, oh, we need a stay-at-home maid.
No. So the thing, so I had braces, just got my braces taken off. So the facial just kind of replaced the monthly payments I was doing on my braces. Now it's my facials. You know, the nails, that's not a regular thing.
You know, so if there's a title for it, it'll be called Broke Strategy.
And I was like, oh, I just finished paying off my braces. Now I can do something different. So
yeah, you know, because that's you people think like that, you know, like let me just replace, which is not a bad thing.
It's not a bad thing because, you know, I wanted to do like work on myself one thing at a time. So it was like, okay, let me get my teeth right. Bam, done. Okay, let me get my skin right. You know, so it's just like one thing at a time. You know,
you used to make yourself better. Everything.
yeah, I'm just trying to make myself better. That's it. Not trying to make myself perfect, just trying to make myself better. That's it.
Yeah, because there's always like our own little shortcomings, and you got to work on it. It's funny because we all continue to have shortcomings to the end of time.
Exactly. And I don't like, there was a point where I was buying all this like face stuff product and face wash and face cream, and it wasn't helping my skin. It was making it worse, just trying different things. So I'm like, let me just go to esthetician, let them tell me what it is that I'm having, what the problem is basically. And honestly, I only use like I only have like a 3-step regimen. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. So it's like just simple, and drink water.
It makes me laugh because it's like, when you're talking about, you tried all these different type of, like face washes and all that. And I'm thinking like you're breaking out because you're stressed over all the day.
Exactly. And it's so crazy because I'll buy something new and then I'm washing my face, and then after day 2, I'm like telling you, I'm like, oh my God, I love this face wash. It's amazing. I can feel my skin improving. And then a week later, I'm just like getting zits and my face is just exploding with pimples.
This is the breakdown of how it always happens.
Always.
You get a new product and you're like, oh my God, babe, this product is so good. I'm like, is it for real? You're like, yes. Like, out of all the other stuff, my skin actually feels clean.
Yes.
Like, this
Keyword,
game changer.
Clean.
Yeah. And then 4 days later, you're like, I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not really sure about this. I'm like, we go through this every time.
Every time. I'm not giving it time. I'm just like over it, and I'm moving on to something different.
After your first use, you're like, oh, wow. And then like 4 days later, you're like, I need to try something new.
Yeah.
I heard about this one product.
Exactly.
That works so good. Has a lot of good reviews. And
that's me. That is exactly me. So, and then I just went back to like the old face wash that we were using. So I went back to that. That's been working. And then I just threw in the sea moss mask. I've been doing that every single night faithfully, because that I can honestly say that has really helped my skin so much. And I've been doing it for like a month straight. Like I have not like skipped a beat. At least I don't think I have. So
yeah, I think you maybe just once on accident.
Maybe, yeah, when we were in Houston. I didn't bring it with me in Houston. But other than that, I've been taking it like every single day.
You woke up and you're like,
I know, right? Man. I was like, I need that sea moss while we were in Houston. But it really helps. And so, I'm just super excited about my skin.
We need to order another
another jar
that sea moss, because it grosses me out that you have to like, people put in shakes and stuff like that, and it's like jelly. It's in like jelly.
It's disgusting.
What kind of
It's like a jelly.
What does it taste like though?
I haven't tasted it. I haven't. I've only been using it on my face, and I think it's kind of weird too if I use something on my face and put it in my mouth. So because I use a cotton ball or whatever to like take it out of the jar to put it on my face, and sometimes I stick that cotton ball back into the jar to get a little bit more. So for me to put that on my face and to take a spoonful and eat it, I couldn't do it. So we should get 2, like one for our face and then one for like to intake or whatever.
Yeah, I'd be seeing like vegans. They're like, I take a spoonful of sea moss every day to stay healthy. I'm like, but then why you look so bony?
Oh no, not bony.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a way where you could eat healthy, but when you look,
I know.
You know what I mean?
Sick. I know a few people that's like that. That's like super duper vegan.
Yeah.
And they look really sick.
Yeah, like their skin is kind of saggy.
Yeah.
Their eyes kind of pit in a little bit.
Even acne too.
Yeah.
And I'm like, if this is what vegan looks like, then I don't want it.
I don't want it.
I don't want it. But I know some other vegans who look perfectly healthy. They look fine. So I mean, even I wasn't vegan, but I was pescatarian, so. I didn't lose.
That lasted.
I did that for like 5 months, almost 6 months, and I didn't lose any weight. But that was the thing. It was just kind of like I was eating healthy, but it didn't really. I didn't see a difference.
Yeah, you didn't. So you didn't. It wasn't like a game changer.
It wasn't a game changer. Like I thought. I mean, I had a little bit more energy, but I honestly kind of felt the same. So it wasn't really like a game changer where it was like this life changing thing that I'm going to do forever.
Whoa. Yeah.
After a while, I just got tired of like figuring out what I'm going to eat. Like, what I mean? When we go out to eat, I'm like,
oh yeah, you look at the menu, you're like, come on now. Like,
right. I'm just going to eat salad and fish my entire life.
That's frustrating because, you'll eat fish, salad, shrimp, and basically you're like,
that's it.
I need a little bit more.
Yeah, and then sometimes we'll go out to eat and it's just like I'm only eating sides and it's just a bunch of vegetables, and I'm just like, I don't really want to eat this, so.
Every vegan's going to be like, if you know the recipes and da-da-da.
Yeah, I ain't got time. I barely got time to make like just some chicken nuggets that you throw in the oven. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
it's funny when you started getting back into the meat. You know, you got a little taste of it. You like,
oh, you know what it was that brought me back? You was like, oh, I'm going to go get me a chicken salad from some place.
Sandwich place.
Yeah, it was
whatever.
A sandwich place.
Yeah.
And I was just like, give me one. And you were like, you sure? I was like, give me one. Mm-hmm. I want to try it. Give me one. And you got me one. And I came with my 8. I was like, ooh.
Yeah, it was a game changer. That's a game changer.
Yeah, that had me back to eat meat.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, I'm done with this pescatarian life.
Wow. So is there anything that you kind of restrict now, like that you kind of back off on, or is it that you're kind of like no holds bar?
Well, you mean like my
diet
sugar?
wise?
Yeah, I'm slowing down on sugar, so I haven't been eating it as much. Even though right before this podcast, I just had a handful of cotton candy and also a Reese's Pieces peanut butter cup, but the egg one.
Yeah. That's a really good one, by the way.
It is really good. And I had it in the freezer for 2 days, so it was even better. So, but I have been like slowing down on my sugar intake, but my sugar intake is not candy. Mine is coffee.
Wow.
So, you know, I would go to Starbucks all the time. There's one where I work, and then you got me a gift card, so I was using that all the time.
And then I get you all those mochas.
Yes, and you got me the mochas
from Sam.
Sam's cases.
Yeah.
Oh my God! And you see it still sitting there too, because I'm just like, I just can't. As delicious as it is, mocha is my favorite. I love chocolate. And there's so much sugar in it. So what I did was, instead of drinking coffee like 5 days a week or something crazy like that, I will only drink it maybe twice a week. And that's maybe. And if I do drink Starbucks coffee, it's going to be coffee that doesn't have like the caramel or the chocolate. It'll just be like a regular coffee with almond milk, you know, instead of just like a whole fat, you know what I mean? Just change it up. Or coconut milk. I do that too. And I still get whipped cream, you know, because it's not too much sugar, you know. So I'm just cutting back on the sweets because, you know, recently I felt that my face was getting a little bit round, and I was like, I don't like this. I don't, you know, I felt like I was, you know, when I'm pregnant or when you're pregnant, your face get a little fuller, and I saw that, and I was like, I don't really like that. And really, it was just cutting back on the sugar, and I did it for, I don't know, maybe since early February. Yeah. So it hasn't even been that long.
I'm about to say 2 weeks, and I'm like, it's been different.
It's been about early February, and I see a difference in my face, in my body. My stomach has gotten a little bit, you know, flatter, because before I felt like I was bloated, and now, I mean, I'm just back to normal.
See, that's how I felt. Like, I was like, I'm getting a little round and gooey.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, all right, I did cut back on the sugar, and literally, it took really quick. Yeah, super quick. And I'm like, okay, this is normal.
Exactly.
You know, because you know when you're not right.
Yeah, you could feel it. And you know, when you see, because like this is on YouTube. So when you see yourself, you're just like, oh, you know, why is my face so round? And then when we would do, you know, the cover for, you know, the podcast, I'm like, I don't like that picture, you know, and I'm not picky, you know, with pictures at all. If I'm making a goofy face or whatever, I'm like, I like that, you know. But if it's where I'm like super round in my cheeks and stuff, I'm like, I don't know, I don't like that.
Yeah.
You know?
So I feel like that, like the whole feeling that you don't want, period, is that you're falling off.
Yeah, I don't want to fall off.
Yeah, when you feel like, you know, because you have a base. Everyone has a baseline.
Yes.
Of what makes them feel confident.
Exactly.
And then you're like, okay, this is good.
Yeah.
Like I told you, like in the 7th grade, I got a haircut. And I looked in the mirror, I said, if I had a wish, I wish to have this haircut forever.
Oh my God.
And that was 7th grade. This is early in the game.
You know, you be knowing.
And I knew the baseline, you know? So when it's not like what it was, it's like, oh man. So you kind of want to chase back or never get too far from your actual baseline. Yeah.
And then, you know, I shop a lot, which I haven't been shopping since, you know.
Since yesterday.
Since Lent started, you know. But I have a lot of like styles that I already have in my closet that has been waiting for me to like pull out, you know what I mean? So I can't be over here just being sloppy, then I won't be able to fit into my clothes that I purchased, you know what I mean? So I had to kind of slow down on it. And at first it was like, okay, well, Bly, maybe you should start working out. Mind you, I like to work out, but I'm not motivated right now. To be totally honest, I am not motivated to start working out. So I was like, okay, what can I do that will help, you know, change what it is that I'm going through that's not working out, you know? So it was like, okay, let me cut back on the sugar. And honestly, it was the coffee. That was like the main thing. That was the key. That was the key. It was coffee. Once I stopped doing that, a lot has just like melted off. So Yeah.
See, that's why I don't lose or gain, because I want to make sure my clothes fits.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I got some
don't
cute
have to
stuff.
Yeah,
you know?
You got to stay stylish. Look,
Right.
I can still wear all the clothes from college.
Exactly.
All the clothes from high school.
Exactly.
But, you know, the clothes I had in high school, 2-3X shirts.
Oh my God. Of course you can still wear that.
The tall tee.
First of all, you're a medium. What do you mean?
That tall tee.
Man.
But, you know, I guess whenever, look, I felt awkward because, you know, I don't think you should ask a woman's age.
Right.
And what size does she want?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And, you know, when I asked someone, it was a young lady, I was like, okay, what size shirt do you want me to get you?
Yeah.
And they're like, but I knew they didn't want to say large.
Oh, yeah. Gotcha.
And I felt bad for even asking. And I was like, I
Right.
think I crossed the line. Not, you know, deliberately.
Yeah.
But I was like, I don't think I'm supposed to ask a woman.
Yeah, maybe you could have had like a form or something.
Yeah,
so
something.
She could fill out,
Yeah.
and circle what size she wants.
Yeah.
I get that because, you know, it's so funny at my job. My coworker, I think this happened with, I'm going to say his name, Miguel. He was helping a client. She was purchasing a belt. And so he asked her, he was like, so what size jeans do you wear? And she's like, you're never supposed to ask a woman what size she wears. He's like, but you're buying a belt. I need to know what size you wear so I can go get the belt for you. And she just kind of laughed. But it was just kind of like one of those things where I need to know your size if you want to buy something from me. You know, if you want my help, how can I help you if you don't want to tell me your size?
And that's awkward. Know? I wonder, does that rule apply with women?
That's what I'm saying.
No. Does that rule apply with a woman helping
a woman asking a man?
No, woman asking a woman.
Oh,
no. Yeah, like if you ask a woman, like, what size, you know, jeans do you wear?
Yeah.
Would a woman be like, you're not supposed to ask me that?
No, they don't say that. But it does get awkward sometimes when a woman doesn't, if she feels like she's a little bit bigger, she does. You know, some women will lie and say that they're a lot smaller than what they are, you know, so you kind of have to be trained at the eye, like I guess we are, to look and say, actually, you know, she's telling me she's a size 6, but I know she's like a size 10.
What's up with that?
I don't know. And, you know, some women get so upset.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's just a number. You know, it doesn't define who you are. It's literally just a number, especially when it comes to shoe sizes. Women hate saying what size shoes they wear. Like if they're, let's say, a size 10, you know, they'll try to squeeze their foot in a 9, and then if it doesn't fit, then they try the 10. If it's the 10 is still too small and it's an 11, they're like, oh no, I'm not wearing an 11. No, I never wore 11. I'm not gonna wear 11. It's like, it's just a shoe. Like, just put the shoe on. If it's comfortable, just wear it. Who cares what size it is? But some women, they do get caught up in a number, and men too. There was this one guy that I helped a couple of weeks ago. He purchased some shoes online and they were way too small. And so he came into our store. I'm trying to help him with the size. He couldn't fit any of our shoes. His feet were so small. He was a grown man.
Yeah.
And the smallest size we had in our store was a 5 in men's.
What?
Even
Get out of here. Get out of here. Don't.
I'm telling you, even that was too big. So I told him, okay, well, we make this exact
Child
shoe.
size?
Yes. Well, no.
Wow.
I said we make this exact shoe in women's. You can't even tell the difference.
Why?
Well, we do it. You know, I'm like, you can't even tell the difference. The men's shoe, obviously, is going to be a little bit wider, but it's the exact same shoe. It took a while to convince him, but finally he was open-minded. So I put him in a size woman's 8. Even the woman's 8 was still too big. So we didn't have like a 7 or 7.5. So he was just like, I'm gonna just go ahead and go with the 8. And luckily it was a high top, because you can kind of like finagle with the high top. You could just tie the laces a little real tight. The shoe ain't coming off your foot. But I was just like, he was so upset that he had to go to a woman's shoe. And I'm just like, it's just a shoe. Nobody's not gonna know it's a woman's shoe because we make the exact same shoe for men.
But the ego.
Whew. And it's the same thing for women. It's the ego, like the number. We get caught up in that number. You know, it's just like, oh no, I've never been a size 10. I would never wear this belt because, you know, I've never been a 10. I've always been an 8 my whole entire life. It's like, who cares? You know, even because our belts are European sizes, so it's like you either wear like an 85 or a 90 or 95, and Lord forbid a woman has to be put in a size 100 belt. You just won't hear the end of it. It's just on and on and on. I can't believe I wear a size 100 belt, and it's just I'm just like, it's just a number, you know. It's crazy.
I have a thing where I say, you know, it's not my thing. It's just in general. Over communication is better than under communication.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And never to assume, like never assume and over communicate, because you don't want to, again, assume that this other person knows, which should cause like frustration, right?
Right, exactly.
In that case, where you're asking someone their size it's almost like never assume,
right?
But under communicate.
No, you're
because
right.
if you're over here trying to ask this question, ask that question,
yeah,
you don't know how it triggers some people. Because you know, if someone looks at you as a man, right, and says, "All right, size small," and you're like,
You're like, actually, I'm a size large.
yeah. You know, because you know, like, or let's say a person who, you know, is trying to lose weight or whatever, and he's like, okay, so what are you, about a large? Or and he's like, I'm a medium. He's like, oh, okay, you know, and it's one of those things where they're like momentarily like traumatized.
Yeah, no, it's true. I never assume the size. Like in my mind, I can tell what size you are. Even for men, when it comes to like belts, pants size, I know what size you wear, but I won't say it out loud. I'll let you tell me. But if you're like thinking about it for too long, then I'd be like, if I'm like, okay, what size jeans do you wear? And they're just like, I'm like, you're like a 30, 32, 34, you know, because I know they're like a 32, 34. So I'll say, you know, start with the smaller one. I'm like 30, 32,
How
34.
spot on are you? Are you pretty?
Oh, I'm always spot on.
So why even ask? Why you could
Because,
just really,
you know, I don't want to assume, you know, I don't want to say anything.
Yeah.
And, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
they embarrass them or anything like that, especially if it's a guy that's a little bit heavier. I always start with like a smaller number. If I know he's a 44, I'll be like, what are you, like a 38, 40, 42, 44? You know, like I'll say that.
Yeah.
And then like, oh, I'm about like a 44, 46, you know? And I'm like, yeah, I know already, you know?
Yeah.
So I definitely don't want to assume, but yeah, people just get really caught up in the numbers. And then when you give them the belt that they're supposed to wear, it's always, well, you know, I plan on losing weight. So, you know, give me a belt one size down. I'm just like,
man,
why even do that to yourself?
Yeah.
You just get caught up in that number. So you put that belt on that's too small, and you can't even wear it because you know you ain't about to lose no weight.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
come on, let's be realistic. You ain't about to lose no weight.
But maybe that's goals for him. Just like I'm gonna wear that belt one day.
I even tell him, I'm like, well, this is motivation. This will help you lose some weight. You know what I mean? But I always be like, you look great. You don't need to lose weight, because obviously I would hate to tell somebody, yeah, you do need to lose weight. And then if they keep going on and on and on, I'm like, well, this belt is going to be great motivation because it's going to help you want to lose weight. And they're like, you know what? You are right. You are right. And I'm like, they ain't about to go work out.
I have a question. Mm-hmm. How important is style to a person's confidence?
Oh, I think it's very important.
So you feel that if a person doesn't have good style, do you feel like if they don't have good style,
They don't have a good personality?
Yeah, like something like
confidence.
like their confidence isn't where it should be because I think people seek out to dress nicely.
But you know what? Just because it's not, you know, my style, I can't say that they don't have style. You know what I mean? Because there's some old school cats out there, you know, like we watch shows where there's like, you know, reality shows where people just be dressing like crazy and they have high confidence. I know I would never wear that, but that's their style. So I think if you have like a signature look, that's where your confidence comes. But if it's more like copying other people, then I don't think you really have like great confidence. You know what I mean?
There's this time, there's a place, remember the Dallas, where's that, where you get those costumes?
Oh, Dallas Vintage Shop.
Dallas Vintage Shop. Y'all should go there.
Yes. I actually recommended that place to somebody one time.
I hope they're still up, given the pandemic.
Yeah, I'm not
they
sure.
Better be. That place is amazing.
It's crazy in there.
It's amazing.
Oh my God. If y'all ever had like a Halloween party or a costume party or something, go there.
You should put that on TikTok.
Oh, yeah.
Or just in general, just go viral on it because people don't know. That's a gem.
That is a huge gem.
Yeah, huge, like gigantic gem.
Oh my God.
yeah.
I remember you took me there. But anyway, go ahead.
yeah, but you know, I remember I went there because I used to go regularly because I'm like, they have such amazing stuff. And they had these black wings. And they're like angel wings. And do you remember?
Oh, yeah. Of course I remember.
Yeah, and then I was like, I want those wings. And you're like, no, babe. I was like, but I think they look good on me. I'm like, I know it sounds crazy, and my heart was like really wanted it, but they're $400. And I was like, and they're like really beautiful with like good black feathers and those black wings. I was like, I know it'd be crazy if I like walked up on stage with like black wings and it's like, who's this guy? But it looks like like when you wear it, it looks like you actually have wings. Yeah. And they're like, it's just beautiful. And I was just like, I just kept thinking about it for a few days. I'm like, I should go back and get those wings. I never did.
I'm glad you didn't.
I know you're completely against it. So that's not to you. That's not good style, period.
I mean, not to be wearing every day. If it was a costume, yes.
No, not as a costume, like as a look.
That's what I'm saying. No, people be like, "Is he crazy?"
So if someone walked into Gucci with wings on their back, you wouldn't be like, "Now that person's like unique."
Uniquely crazy. he got a gun in his back pocket or something. I'm like, he coming to blow this pace up. Like, ain't nothing right in his head. I'm like, he crazy.
So, hey, I'm gonna go to the back.
Exactly. I'm going to the restroom real quick, y'all. I be done.
So there's a limit. There's a limit to good stuff.
Yeah, of course.
And then, hold on. Do you think it's understood, or is it something that, you know, like when someone crosses the limit and just wild and crazy, that maybe they could do it, like Lady Gaga?
Yeah. See, I think there's certain personalities that can pull off stuff. Lady Gaga for sure. Like, only she can pull off certain stuff. Madonna, only she. You know, Rihanna, only she. You know what I mean? Not everybody can do it, but there are some people who can pull off those looks, you know, and still look, you know, super confident, hella stylish. But, you know, not everybody can do it.
Do you think Rihanna got style like that?
I think so. I mean, as of recently, not really, but she's like one of my fashion icons. Like, whenever I need inspiration to put a look together, she's like my go-to.
Oh, yeah.
Because she's very edgy. She's very, you know, sexy and
edgy.
Yeah, that's Rihanna. And so when I'm in that kind of mood to dress up, you know, I kind of go to her. I'm like, okay, let me see what she did.
Yeah.
But it's, for me, it's, I already have like a thought of what I want. So if I'm like, okay, I know for sure I want to wear white and I want to wear like a pantsuit. Okay, let me see how maybe Rihanna probably styled it, you know? And then I'm like, okay, that's kind of what I was thinking, or something like that. Or it'll help, you know, help me style the way I want to style my outfit, basically.
Yeah, Rihanna's your North Star.
Yeah, she is, you know? So she's like my go-to person, you know? But I think she has great style.
Yeah, so you do feel like it has a lot to do with confidence and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, because I mean, if I'm wearing something and then the next person has the exact same outfit on as me, we're not gonna pull it off the same.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think it's all about confidence. And, you know, I know my body type. I'm not you know, Jennifer Lopez. I ain't no Kim Kardashian. You know, I'm very up and down, very slender, very tall. So I know what works well with my body, and I know how to dress it properly, I guess, you know? So I don't go out of my way and start wearing all this stuff that make me look like I got something when I know I ain't got nothing. I know what I'm working with.
So what do you think about when people do that? What do you think? You think it's a low confidence thing that when they wear something that obviously just doesn't fit their body type?
Yeah, I see that a lot on Instagram. Like, you know, and the outfits are hella cute, but it just don't look right on the person. You know, because I could see it and I'm just like, the outfit is cute. And then once you start picking it apart, like, that's a cute top. I love the bottoms.
Even down to the pose.
Even down to the pose. I'm like, it just don't look right. You could tell when someone's not comfortable in it because they know that it's not made for them. They forced it on them because they saw somebody else wear it, you know? So it's all about confidence. And confidence comes through the photos. You can tell.
You can see. Yeah, you can see it.
You can see it, yeah. And then you can see when somebody's trying too hard and trying to force it. I'm like, that outfit wasn't even made for you, but go ahead.
You know, there's a key word that I thought of. One of my favorite words, actually, because it's just, again, nice and juicy.
Okay.
Superfluous.
Superfluous.
Yeah, superfluous.
Superfluous.
Yeah.
What's that?
That's like, you know, when I always say, like, I can't stand when people are like too extra. Superfluous is being too extra.
Oh my god!
Like it's more than like sufficient. Like you're doing a little too much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, calm down just a little bit. I get it. You know, you want to like get people's attention but you're just doing a little too much.
But you know what the excuse is that I keep hearing? People are like, "Oh, you only have one life to live. You should do it. You know, do the most. You know, because you only have one life to live." I'm like,
I'm with you on that because I'm a little over the whole making excuses for others.
Yeah.
You know, because people are like, you know, we heard on Clubhouse where people were like, you know, you are who you are. If you don't like it, you could just leave, right? Yeah, that's the truth, right? But then if you're just a person who likes disrespecting people, that's not right.
Excuse.
If you're mean to people, that's not cool.
Yeah, I mean, I remember getting my first taste of that at college. You know, when we went to college, you know, I was the newbie. I didn't really know anybody, and I remember, like, I don't know, I was going somewhere and somebody
was, UNO or are you talking about Lamar?
No, at Lamar. And somebody pointed out this girl. I was like, oh, that's so-and-so. And I've heard her name a few times. And I was like, you know, that's her, you know? And then just getting to know her, she was just like, treat people kind of nasty. Talk to them any kind of way, just rude. And people would make excuses for her and be like, oh, that's just her. That's just how she is. She don't mean no harm. That's just who she is. And I'm like, but that doesn't give her a reason to talk to people crazy.
Yeah, I'm not with that. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm just not with the whole, like, you could be who you are.
Right.
But once you come off as, let's say, mean, which is, attacking somebody in a low way, or if you come off as like disrespectful, speaking to somebody that you shouldn't talk to nobody like, especially if you don't know them, and I'm like, I don't think there's a limit or an acceptance to, doing that to people. So I always I'm over the excuses what people give and say, that's on them. And it's like, no, they can't be in my space, and I get it. They could have their own space or whatever.
Right.
But a lot of people, sad to say, are weak.
Yeah.
And they love being around things that make them feel stronger.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is.
So it's like the reason they have whatever type of following or whatever type of, community around them. A lot of times it's like the weak people are like, man, you're so this, you're so that, just constantly championing that person. It's like, do you talk like that about yourself?
Exactly. No, they don't.
Exactly.
That's why they have to be with somebody like that, because they wish they were outspoken. They wish they had the balls to stand up for themselves. But since they don't, and they have a friend that does, they praise that friend because that's what they wish they had.
Man, that's crazy.
And that strong person always circles, themselves around weak people.
Yeah, weak.
Always.
Yeah,
because you can't, you're not up for the challenge. You're not going to have a person just like you. Y'all just be fighting all day. So you got to surround yourself with weak people.
It's funny because when you talk about like social media in general, right? It's very rare where you see men like follow and support other men. You see it a lot with the women.
Oh yeah.
And then I thought of something. I was like, lions don't help other lions be better lions. You know what I mean? Like,
that's true.
Like if you break it down, like when a lion sees another lion, he's like, you could take your space, but this is my space.
Right.
But he ain't be like, hey, we should all. Lions don't do that.
No, that's true. I never thought of it like that.
Yeah, exactly. Like I consider myself a lion. I'm like, I'm not really in the space of, oh, there's another lion. Let me help that person be better too. It's like we're both making ourselves better in what we do.
Yeah.
We practice at it. We go at it every day. So to say, oh, okay, let me like and support just for the sake of it. It's like, are we even in the same community? Are we even saying like people? So I feel like if it's like my family or close friends, cool. But when it comes to strangers, I'm just not really big on just like praising and doing all that, because I'm like, I'd rather give myself that energy or give it to someone that I truly trust that it's genuine. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Social media is all fake anyway.
It's completely fake.
You go, girl.
Yeah, performative. That's the word.
Yeah.
Everything social media, because once you're in front of people, you start to perform and you try to come off as real. Right. And there's a certain extent where people sometimes get a little too vulnerable or a little too authentic when it comes to like, there's someone particular who's I would say somewhat of celeb. Been a few, like she does a few like TV shows, things like that. Keeps it a little too real. She'll talk to you on an Instagram live, crust be in the corner of the mouth or the hair be all out of whack. What? Ain't washed your face yet. It's like, look. If I was with you, you got to get yourself a little bit more together before you all up in my, like, they don't understand the social cue of, you're literally in my face. I'm distracted at the corner of your lips, and that you still got a little sleep in your eye, and you got you making jokes. You're talking about this and that, and then you like next you dress up, and then you go back to this. It's like, I get what you're trying to do. Yeah, which is show the good and the bad.
Right, exactly. Trying to be real.
Yeah, trying to be real.
Yeah,
but it ain't real.
I mean, you could at least wash your face and brush your teeth.
Like at the bare minimum.
For real.
Yeah, if you're gonna be in someone's face, like, listen. The thing about love and the thing about this is like, your lips are cracking.
But people make excuses. But that's just me. That's just who I am. If you don't like it, then you ain't gotta watch. It's like, I'm not saying I don't like it. I'm just saying, like, go brush your teeth. Or just wash your face. You ain't even gotta brush your teeth. Just wash your face.
Check that box. That's all I want.
That's it. Just check that little box.
You want to tell them about our that Netflix? What we watch on Netflix?
Oh, I Care a Lot.
I Care a Lot.
Oh,
I don't know I don't even know if we should start now. Because look, if y'all get a chance,
please.
There's a movie on who's the main actor, the actress.
Oh, I can't think of her name.
But you know what I'm talking about.
Yes, I can't think of her name.
And it's the movie's called I Care a Lot.
Yes.
Okay, I think it's good.
I think it's great.
Yeah, and so there's no diss to the movie.
No diss. But
the way it'll make you feel might be a little bit uncomfortable.
Very uncomfortable.
And look, we're not going to give any spoilers. Not at all. But the movie really was somewhat triggering.
Not somewhat.
Yeah, it was triggering.
It was very triggering.
And I use the word specifically because I'm just watching it and I'm like, usually I wouldn't express this. I don't know how I thought of the word trigger, because I thought that was just an odd word to use towards watching a movie because I'm like, I'm not a woman. I'm not, an old woman or old lady or whatever. So I'm like, so all of a sudden I'm telling Blah, I was like, Blah, I don't know. I feel a little triggered. I feel a little triggered. And she's like, I do too. I was like, yeah. And then we were watching it. It just kept getting worse. And you almost want to fast forward.
Yeah, you do.
Because
I actually know somebody who did fast forward to the end. Because he couldn't take it anymore. You know what I mean? That movie was very triggering. And every single person that I recommended to watch that movie said the exact same thing. They were upset, they couldn't sleep, they were pissed. I'm like, those are all the feelings I had.
Yeah, even that night you said you couldn't even sleep really well.
I couldn't. And I just, because, okay, well, we can kind of talk about the movie a little bit.
Yeah.
It's no spoilers. But anyway, basically the lady, the main character, she basically runs a firm where she's like a legal guardian to the elderly who are living alone, who don't have kids. Some may have kids or probably just whatever. And so she kind of preys on the elderly. She'll go to their home with a legal documentation stating that, oh, your doctor said that you are incapable of taking care of yourself. So I have a statement from the lawyer saying that you need to come with me, and we're going to go ahead and put you in a nursing home, basically.
Yeah.
And, a lot of times the old people, they don't really know what's going on.
Powerless.
Powerless. And the fact that a legal guardian, I guess, came to your door with all this documentation, you have no choice but to go with them. So you're just I don't even know what to do. And so it was just kind of you just watching it, you just feel so helpless. You're just I just want to help them. I feel so bad.
Yeah, Blythe said the key thing. She said, there's two things you don't mess with.
You do not mess with.
She said you don't mess with kids.
Nope.
Or old people.
Exactly.
Those right there. You
don't.
You do not.
You do not.
It's somewhat, I don't know, what do you call that deep down? I don't know if it's it's deep where when you see, if let's say they switched it around and it was something with kids.
Oh, I couldn't even watch it. No. You already know me. Yeah. I couldn't even watch it. Because my thing is, children are so innocent. That's first and foremost, And then old people.
Hella guilty.
And you say hella guilty. They just been through so much. That's like your grandma, your grandpa. They just here to support you.
Yeah, and they've been here so long. So you just got to give them respect for even surviving.
Exactly. Respect. You know what I mean? So respect your elders. You know what I mean? So it's just children and old people, you just do not mess with them. So when this movie is about old people, taking advantage of old people, I did not like that. I didn't.
Yeah, it was. That's the thing about it. The acting was A1.
Yeah, it was good.
The acting was A1. There's some really curious characters, people that make you want to watch. You want more of that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of conniving and planning and working around behind the scenes. There's shootings and guns and it was everything.
It was good.
Yeah, it was action. It was I don't know what to call it, dramatic.
Yeah, it was dramatic. I mean, from beginning to the end, it was really, really good. I was glued in from beginning to end. And at first, I didn't want to watch it.
Yeah,
I think you were like, "Oh, let's watch it," because I heard.
I said it's on now. Yeah. I was I heard. Yeah,
you was like, I heard some good things about it. So I was like, all right. And it was late, so I was just like, I'm gonna fall asleep. I hope I don't fall asleep. And I was up the whole time. Yeah. I think we started at I don't know, maybe 10:30. We finished it 12:30, and I was up. Normally, I fall asleep during movies because I'd be so tired.
Yeah.
But this time, I was up, and I was just like, oh my God, I'm so upset.
Our biggest critique, I don't know if you remember, but our biggest critique on the movie is what?
The ending? No, what was the biggest?
The title.
Oh yeah. We didn't really care for the title.
Yeah, the title, I Care a Lot. Did they not want to put more work into that?
Yeah, that was so lazy.
I don't know if it's the part that a lot. I don't know if that's the lazy part or I care a lot. Don't even sound like something you if you have to say it to somebody, you have to put in quotes so they know that you've ended the sentence. So it's have you seen I Care a Lot? He's like, what are you talking about? Oh, no, the movie I Care a Lot. It's I care a lot. Is that a word? Is that a word? I care a lot. I never heard of it. What's that I care a lot? It's no, it's I care a lot. It's oh, that's dumb.
It should have been just called I Care.
I thought the same thing.
Yeah,
I care.
I care. That's it. Mm-hmm. Not I care a lot. Nobody won't say all that.
Yeah, and when she said I care a lot, it's like it don't sound like nothing, nobody says that.
Exactly.
Oh my Lord.
But it was a good movie, so I definitely recommend. Y'all know I don't like recommending, but this one I'm gonna recommend.
You know what our next one we're gonna watch?
What's that?
Everyone's saying it, and the people who are saying it, I must say, are Harvard scholars.
Okay.
And
they smart.
Look, two different people who don't know each other. One is Young Me, and she's on a Harvard Business Review podcast. And then the other one's Bill Gates.
Oh, wow.
And he mentioned it tonight, because he was speaking on Clubhouse, right? So Young Me was like, this is a movie that I just love. Any movie that starts off with a heist, I love. And I'm not sure if it's a movie, but it's like a series. And it's called Lupin.
Lupin. Okay.
So it's French. And on top of that, it has like, what do you call that? Subtitles where it's all French, and you gotta. We watched a few of those movies where the language isn't in English, but look, sometimes they pay off.
Yeah, they do.
And then Bill Gates tonight said he's actually got addicted to this one show that's on Netflix called Lupin.
Wow.
And that was literally, I heard about Lupin yesterday. Then I heard about it again today.
Yeah.
And I'm like, we got to watch Lupin. And then I told you, hey, you want to watch Lupin? He's like, I'm too tired.
You be about the movies.
Yeah.
I be too tired. I be like, I can't do it today.
Oh, we forgot to tell y'all. I don't know if y'all know, but our prayer signal is strong.
It's strong, man.
Y'all see this?
You see this? Prayer signal strong.
I don't know if y'all can see it. You can see it now?
I think so. Yeah, we just got these t-shirts, and shout out to Starving Christians blog. They're on Instagram.
Starving Christians blog.
Yes, so definitely order your t-shirts. We just got ours, Shay and Marcus. So thank you guys for our t-shirts.
I know people over here like, fast forward and like, oh, they're doing a commercial. I was like, no, it's not a commercial. It's not a commercial.
It's not. It's one of my girlfriends. They're making these t-shirts. She has a blog, so definitely check it out. And then I think they both have a blog together.
I'll put it in the bio so y'all could ever y'all want to look at it, click it, find it.
Yeah, order y'all t-shirts. I love these t-shirts too. They're great. Great quality. And
yeah, I wonder if she put like, and then you got I like how it like hugs
your muscles.
Yeah, my muscles right here. But
your muscles.
I wonder if she like, instead of saying prayer signal strong, if she put strong, and if that would be a little bit more like,
how would you even spell that? To the streets?
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
Because then people like, my prayer signal strong. You know what I mean? Like they'll do that. No?
How do you even spell strong?
Strong with a S-K-R-O-N-G.
Oh God, I wouldn't even know how to pronounce that if I saw that.
It's the same thing as strong with a T,
but with a K.
With a K.
My prayer signal strong.
Yeah, it's hard to say, right?
It's 5
times fast.
No, I can't even say it one time.
Yeah.
But yeah, we got these beautiful t-shirts and I love it.
I wonder if I wear this, I don't have to pray anymore? Or?
No, you still gotta pray.
Oh, okay. I wonder if they prayed.
I wonder to cheat the system.
I wonder if they prayed on the shirt before they sent it.
I'm sure they did.
Oh, yeah.
Look at you.
Look at that.
Trying to cheat the system. You trying not to go to church no more.
Oh, man. Oh, Black History Month is almost done.
I know. The shortest month of the year, of course, is almost done.
What do you think about like this Black History Month? This is a different one because of the whole George Floyd thing.
Yeah.
I got my opinion.
I mean, I haven't really.
Here we go.
Well, I haven't really been on like watching TV.
Yeah.
And I haven't really been on social media. I mean, I'm on it, but not like that. I'm not really actively on it, unless it's like my day off. So I haven't really been seeing any like Black History Month, quotes or education or, about this person, that person, what they did for us. I'm not really seeing it. But then again, it could just be my followers or something.
I think something's changed.
The people I follow. Yeah. What do you think?
I feel like for some reason, based on I think it's like Black fatigue. You know what I mean? Because from George Floyd, people were deep.
Yeah.
Literally in the Blackness.
Yeah.
Black, support Black business, Black people, Black Lives Matter, Black, everything was Black.
Yeah.
For, I would say from June or July all the way to really the end of the year.
Yeah.
And then Christmas happened, or Thanksgiving, Christmas, people kind of like, finally I get a break from not only being inside the house and being, isolated and just pay attention, just all things Black, that, the pandemic, you know? So people like family, and now people are worried about more about the pandemic and all that during, holidays. Then people started coming around about the whole Black History Month that was coming up. And the only thing that I heard literally was Martin Luther King, R.I.P., and R.I.P. to Malcolm X.
Really?
Yeah, and everything, just little things sprinkled in here and here, but I didn't see no McDonald's commercials talking about it.
I know, right?
I didn't see no new programs
or even protesting, like just a Black Lives
Matter or anything. Yeah.
march or something.
I didn't see literally anything.
Me either, right?
So I was like, usually, hey, for Black History Month, we're doing our fries, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Or even a Martin Luther King parade. I mean, I know parades are over with, but even something like that.
Yeah, I just feel like where's the energy? Because the energy that we brought to Christmas and Thanksgiving was not matched, for Black History Month, and I'm like, maybe people are just a little bit fatigued of all the pro-blackness, and I'm not talking about Black people. I'm talking about everyone who's not Black. Yeah, who usually like they just kind of like put themselves on pause during Black History Month. I remember this client of ours, I want to say the company so bad, but
please don't.
Yeah, and
nobody suing us.
Yeah, and like, okay, I was close with the HR person, and then they would have this sign in the front, and it's like the sign way off to the side that says something about like Black History Month or whatever, but it's like way in the back in the corner, and I was just like, of course, yeah, I was just like, look at this. Poor effort, right? Or just like trying to get credit, but not really.
Exactly.
So then I was like, I actually asked her, I was like, hey, I saw the sign for Black History Month, but you can't really see it. Like, are y'all like in it? And she was like, actually, I could use your help. I was like, okay. She's like, I'm trying to figure out how to challenge our entire staff. So I asked them, can you please bring us one piece of legislation or something that's been done that has helped Black people move forward. And I sent this email out to everybody, and it's been about 2 weeks, and no one has said anything. And I was like, yeah, but you're not really showing or teaching anybody anything or clarifying anything. You're letting people trying to like do the work off of like what they already know, and there's really not much, if at all. And she's like, yeah, so I'm trying to figure out new activities. I'm like, you don't even understand.
That's not an activity.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She don't even understand like what she's even doing.
Right.
Like people are that tone deaf when it comes to like, like not being Black. You know what I mean? They think it's really like, all right, what kind of activity can I do? And maybe there's another activity. I was like, activity, and I just kind of felt like slighted by it. And I was like, wow, like this is like such a poor effort. And you send this out to your employees who are majority white. And I'm like, I just wonder, like, cause it's like those things like, because people don't understand, they don't really know how they should help. Yeah. So then they feel awkward about like how to even like ask a Black person. Yeah. Like one key way is that when it comes to hiring more Black people, you can't really say, hey, I'm promoting, we're a company looking for Black people. Right. You know what I mean? So they don't really know how to like get Black people's attention. Yeah. So they just come, go clueless, but they don't want to ask Black people because they think that that's like wrong. Yeah. And shit, you ask a Black person, they'll be like, I don't know. I don't know. You figure it out. Exactly. I ain't gonna help you.
Exactly.
They look like you trying to press me in some kind of way.
You trying to get me to do your job? No.
Yeah, it's funny.
No, you better figure it out on your own.
You better do your own research.
For real.
That's funny. Well, it is almost over, but anything else you want to share with the people?
Nah, just follow my page.
Oh yeah, Black Pretty Pellets?
Yes.
Yeah.
I got some
the new
uniforms.
merch.
Well, it's not merch.
Oh, okay.
We got uniforms, for me and my unpaid intern right here. So shout out to Shabrika for the 24/9 artistry. Yeah. So she made us some hoodies and some t-shirts, some
face masks. Yeah.
So we ready. We ready to go out there and handle
for
some
real
business.
Yeah, we ready. Look,
we were looking professional.
She got a hoodie. I know the summer and spring's coming up, so we'll still wear it anyway.
It surely is.
Yeah, so
it's Texas. It might snow in the middle of June. Who knows?
Look, we're gonna be Black and pink all the way. Oh, what made you choose black and pink?
Well, I don't know. I like black. Black is my favorite. Well, black and pink has always been like my
black, pink, and gold.
You see, you know me so well. Yeah, those are like my three go-to colors. But yeah, we chose black because the pink would pop on it. But I have some other merch that's coming too that's white and pink, so you can kind of mix it up a little bit. But I'm excited. I'm just like, I'm ready. So I feel like every time I post, you know, people hit me up, ask me questions, how much, you know, how can I, you know, pay you? How can I book? So, you know, I'm just really excited.
It's all nerve wracking, but I mean, it makes you feel alive. You know what I mean? Like taking those risks. Cause again, you put something out, you don't even know what's going to like come of it.
I have no clue.
And then something happens. You're like, wow,
I know.
It just feels so good.
It does. And then every time I post something, I'm very, you know, critical of myself, just like anybody. And I'm looking at my photos and I'm just like, oh, I should have took this out. And why did I even post this? This is not even that great. But then I'm just like, people like it. They're responding to it. That's all that really matters.
Absolutely.
So, you know, I'm just trying to push myself into being a better me.
You see that?
You know what I'm saying?
Dropping gems on them all early.
I'm trying to be, you know, the first Black billionaire doing pallets. You know
Let's go. You see, man, hold on. Why they give me goosebumps?
You know what I'm saying?
Why they give me goosebumps?
You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to quit my job at the end of February. You know what I'm saying?
Let's get it. That's the one. Ones don't say goose pimples. You know, people say goose pimples.
I only heard you say that.
I heard people say goose pimples. Like, damn, I got goose pimples. I was like, goose pimples.
No, you the only person that I know say goose pimples. That's so disgusting.
I got goose acne all over me. He's like,
it's not goose acne.
Well, look, that concludes this beautiful episode. Anything else you want to say to the people?
Nah, that's it. I ain't got nothing to say today.
Well, I got something to say. I'm going to peace out on y'all. And we look forward to seeing y'all next week.
Yeah, of course.
More surprises. More laughs. Mm-hmm. Such a good time. Thank you all for joining us. See you later. And peace out. Peace. And always remember, if you want to get the things that you want, you're going to have to do the things that you fear the most. Love you. Peace out.